Don't fight it, float, then swim parallel to shore. And you can scan the QR code on your screen to see our hurricane safety guide. It has everything from evacuation safety tips to preparing your home for potential storm impacts and emergency supply kit must-haves. New tonight in Greensboro, police have arrested and charged a man in connection to a murder more than a week ago. Police announced earlier this week that Claude Chavis Jr. was wanted for murder. He is accused of killing 53-year-old Demetria Perry, who was found dead in her Greensboro hotel room back on September 20th. Chavis is charged with first-degree murder. He's now being held in the Guilford County Jail with no bond.
And in Davidson County, 2 people have been arrested accused of covering up child sex crimes. Detectives have charged Jeremy and Angela Amburn with felony accessing government computers and 1 count of obstruction of justice. Both suspects were previously charged with child sex crimes, but after further investigation, police say they determined that a Davidson County EMT, along with a city officer, accessed government computers to tip off the Amburns, and that is what led them to destroy the evidence, they say. You can see the full details of this complicated case online right now at WXII12.com.
In Southport, 3 people are dead and 5 others injured after a waterfront bar shooting.
This is a small town between Oak Island and Bald Head Island. Police say they arrested the man suspected of carrying out last night's deadly shooting. They've identified him as 40-year-old Nigel Max Edge. He is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 5 counts of attempted murder. Investigators say he opened fire from a boat near the American Fish Company at about 9:30 last night. Police called it a highly premeditated attack, and they say he acted alone.
We believe that this was a targeted location. We appear that he acted in what we call a lone wolf. He acted alone. This is highly premeditated from what we're seeing at this time.
Southport police also say the suspects reportedly suffered from PTSD. He is due in court tomorrow, where he will likely face additional charges.
We are learning more details tonight about the deadly shooting at a church in Michigan this morning.
This happened at about 10:30 in the morning at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, which is about 60 miles northwest of Detroit. Investigators here say the gunman drove through the front doors of the church, then opened fire on people who were attending Sunday services. There were more than a dozen gunshot victims. As you see here, the suspect also set fire to the church. Crews are still searching through the crime scene to see if there are any additional victims buried in the rubble.
I gave you 10 victims who were victims of gunshot. Since then, we have 2 victims who are now deceased. One had died at a local hospital.
They later upped the death toll to 5 dead and 8 wounded. The gunman is also dead, according to police. He's been identified as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford. The motive here is unclear at this point. I'm going to step aside for just a moment, but we will revisit the impact of Hurricane Helene a little more than 1 year later when we return here tonight at 10 on the Triad CW.
Here in North Carolina, we recently hit the 1-year mark since Hurricane Helene made landfall.
The storm caused unprecedented devastation throughout North Carolina, particularly in the west.
At least 250 people across 6 states died due to the storm, 108 deaths from right here in North Carolina. And while progress is being made and homes and businesses are being rebuilt, a long road still lies ahead for our western neighbors.
A little more than 1 year later, the rebuilding does continue.
And so does the healing process for lives that were forever changed following the storm. The emotional and mental trauma linger for those still recovering 1 year later, especially as we are in the midst of hurricane season. That is why Souls Counseling Center in Buncombe County has made it their mission to lift up impacted residents and help them navigate through emotional anxiety.
Whatever feels right to try to be here in this present moment. When in doubt, I find it really helpful to just focus on your exhale. I do encourage people around anniversaries of difficulty of loss to take the time to honor the loss.
Over time, the therapist became a critical lifeline of support in the months after Helene. And now the team has expanded their services with more community-based support. You can scan the QR code on your screen to watch our exclusive documentary, The Long Road Home, where you'll hear more from those most impacted by Hurricane Helene. And as we continue to reflect on Helene again, we are watching the tropics now. A lot is going on out there.
Wasn't that long ago, Michelle, we were concerned that Imelda could take a Helene-like path and dump another 10+ inches on our western communities. We no longer have that fear tonight, correct?
That is right. Right now, we are looking good to see the system actually move away from the East Coast entirely, and a little bit sooner, too, as we go into Tuesday night. Right now, we have very powerful Category 4 Hurricane Humberto just to the east of Imelda. We've got the system moving to the north at 9. Sustained winds are right now at 40 miles an hour, so it just became a tropical storm today. We're expecting this to really have a chance to intensify over the Gulf Stream, too, as it's trying to move north of the Bahamas. So a little less land interaction as we go ahead into the next 24 hours. So Monday night into Tuesday becoming a Category 1 hurricane on the current National Hurricane Center projections. We have those warnings up, though, along the Florida coastline. We're going to get some big waves out of the system, a lot of wind and rain for folks there on the East Coast for at least a day or so. And we're seeing that system just stretched out by about 700 miles to the east. There is Humberto. It is a powerful Category 4 hurricane. We see 2 tracks with this system that may overlap after we have seen Humberto take that turn through Bermuda. So they're not going to be moving through the same time, but it is going to cross over some of the same waters that Humberto has already churned up in the Atlantic as it's moving to the north right behind it. And we're talking about Wednesday evening. The system should be offshore. Even though it's offshore, we have the swells that are going to roll up into the mid-Atlantic, down through the North Carolina coastline, and Humberto also having its own impact as it starts to turn to the north and east as well. So this is what's happening with the twin tropical tracks right now. Our spaghetti model showing pretty good agreement at this hour that we're going to see both of these systems roll around Bermuda, one for areas of Imelda going south, but otherwise we're looking at this system possibly not making landfall either one. This would be the best case scenario for everyone. High surf advisories are in effect for folks at the Outer Banks. We're talking some breaking waves of 6 to 12 feet that will build over the next several days. And these surf concerns are going to last from Monday through Sunday, we believe, through early Saturday morning, excuse me. And you can see here we've got rip current statements up for areas like Surf City and as we go south out toward Charleston and near Isle of Palm. So we'll be watching for those concerns here the next couple of days. Imelda, of course, peak wind gusts 30 to 45 miles an hour at our coast. Inland, we could be talking about some 20 to 25 mile an hour winds. Meantime, the heavier rains could be at the coast. We still expect to see these tropical rain bands begin lifting north, interact with a boundary that we have here, and that could create some concerns. In addition to the rip currents that our folks that we'll see at the coast, they've got some rain chances. Humberto moving to the northwest at 13 miles an hour and not an impact here, but it will help to steer Imelda away from us. So we're happy to say that that looks to be the current trend. Scattered shower activity beginning by early Monday morning. You see this lifting in across Raleigh, out through the Tri, especially the eastern zones. This is where we would expect to see some lines of showers starting to fill in. They could bring in some heavy pockets, some tropical-like rains, and the winds are going to start to come up 15 to 20 miles an hour for us throughout the day. We see higher wind gusts at the coast, and Wilmington could see some rounds of showers, maybe some thunderstorms there. They're going to be a little bit warmer. We're likely going to see those clouds, the showers lasting through the afternoon and continued into parts of Tuesday. Tuesday's a little less rainy, but it is still breezy out there. So we go into the next couple of days looking at more clouds and sunshine and certainly a good breeze. We've got the impact hours on as we head through your early morning. We start to lift those rain chances up, and that'll be the similar case for folks in the foothills too, and we may have to increase your rain chances and bring you to the impact level as well. Mountains, a little less likely that you're going to get those showers filling in everywhere. Rainfall totals for us right now look to be a little lighter back to the west and could take until late Monday into Tuesday to see some more there. One of our forecast models, the European, suggesting we could get some decent rainfall totals just offshore and just add to that around the Wilmington area some 1 to 3 inches. So we'll wait and see, but one tropical thunderstorm is all it would take to really increase those rainfall totals in a few spots at the beaches. And it does look to be the southern beaches will see more of the rain than folks up in the northern Outer Banks. They're going to deal with the winds and the swells that are going to build. We also have a northeasterly breeze and a good pressure gradient going to also increase the threat of dealing with some of the wave heights that are going to come in. You can see the wave height forecast 8 to 12 feet, 10 to 15 offshore, and the heavy rainfall possible really mainly along and north of the storm itself. So we could be talking South Carolina and Georgia get a little bit more rain. For us inland, this is what we're thinking tomorrow. Your hour by hour forecast bringing some scattered showers throughout the day, and winds are going to start to gust 20 to 25 miles an hour. Some decent rainfall totals. We could be looking ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch by the time we wind the system down going into Tuesday. And you notice how less likely it is to get the rain going Tuesday. Most of that should happen in the morning through midday, and then we start to see the breeze. Pretty persistent, though, for most of the week with us as we do clear out, and we look forward to a better forecast heading into your Wednesday. So impacts for you Monday night into early Tuesday morning if we could get those rain showers going. And then we've got you breezy all the way through Wednesday, Thursday, nice by Friday. Look at those temperatures, milder in the upper 60s to low 70s to kick off a beautiful and right now looks like a dry weekend as we say goodbye to Imelda and Umberto by middle of the week.
From Elkin to Eden, WXII 12 News has you covered. Keep up with your local weather team across the Triad. Follow Michelle Kennedy on social media.
Welcome back, everyone. Dozens of North Carolina veterans are back home tonight after they took part in the Blue Ridge Honor Flight.
Yesterday, the group of 83 vets traveled to our nation's capital, where they visited a number of war memorials as well as Arlington National Cemetery. The State Bureau of Investigation shared these pictures on its official Facebook page. The group included vets from World War II as well as Korea and Vietnam.
We want to remind you that the next Triad Honor Flight is this Wednesday. You can find our coverage on previous Triad Honor Flights right now on our YouTube page. It is free to subscribe.
The round of 12 in the NASCAR playoffs continues this Sunday with a finish you won't want to miss. Plus, the Panthers trying to keep the Week 3 momentum rolling with a trip to New England. Highlights and reactions coming up in sports.